Hello everyone, JH Medium here, and today we are in Hanoi, Vietnam. Coming up in this northern Vietnam trip, we're going to explore Vietnam's capital city, eat loads of delicious street food, and have a day trip to the majestic Halong Bay, which may have been a terrible decision. Right now, we're at the Shenzhen Bao'an International Airport, and for the first time in 3 years, I get to use the international portion. We're going on our first international flight since the pandemic, and I am so excited right now. After a very short plane ride, we finally arrived in Hanoi. This is actually my second time in the city, but last time was just a very short layover, so I didn't really get to explore. The first thing we're gonna do in Hanoi is, of course, go have a big bowl of pho, because I am starving right now. We're at the Hoi An Lake walking street in Hanoi. This is one of the busiest roundabouts, but during the weekends and public holidays, it becomes this public square and walking street. People are just here chilling, playing, relaxing. There is so much energy here. There's so much going on. Yet just meters away from the loud performances, people are here relaxing, and it feels so romantic. There is just so much happening in this city. When I'm out there walking, I don't even know where to look. It's also Reunification Day weekend in Vietnam, so there's a lot of festive activities going on as well. What a night. I can't wait for day 2. Day 2 in Hanoi, and we woke up to a thunderstorm. We wanted to eat banh mi for breakfast, but there's no seating, so we decided to wait for later. Instead, we're here to eat something I've never even heard of, bún chả. I've never seen this in any Vietnamese restaurant in China, so this is something completely new to me. But I love the combination of the grilled pork and the fresh herbs. And there's also a hint of sweetness to it, surprisingly. It's so refreshing. And enjoying this dish on the side of the road, I just love this vibe. It started with that huge mountain of vermicelli noodles, and now it's all gone. It's so good, I just can't stop eating. Right now we're at this really cute coffee shop, Tong Cafe, right above the square. I ordered their coconut coffee. To be honest, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but this is so delicious. You should definitely try it. The best part about this coffee shop is it overlooks that roundabout, so you can see all the cars and motorcycles passing by. Now it's finally time to try some banh mi at one of the most famous street-side banh mi shops, Banh Mi Mama. It's only 25,000 Vietnam dong for this pork and egg banh mi. The baguette is so crispy. I've never had a baguette this crispy before. I wish you could hear the sound, but the street is probably too loud to get that ASMR crunch. But trust me on this. It's so light, and the pork is so flavorful. I can't believe this only costs $1 US. It's so delicious. It's really good, right? And now it's time to have some dessert. Oh, it's basically like a fruit yogurt. There's mango, red dragon fruit, and probably some tapioca pearls. It's a mix of textures and it's not that sweet. Pretty nice dessert. It looks like it's some lychee with some, I guess, tofu? I don't know. Let's try one of these cubes. It's not tofu. It tastes sort of like a mixture between a cheese and a pudding. And the green one is matcha flavored. It's so interesting. I don't think I've had anything like this before. For dinner today, we're gonna have some sticky rice. I got the mixed bowl. It looks like there's some Vietnamese sausage, minced pork, some Chinese sausage, pork floss, and this fried boiled egg. And Rika just got a simple one with turmeric sticky rice, Vietnamese sausage, and a fried boiled egg. This looks really delicious. Let's dig in. Let's mix it up a bit. I'm gonna get a bite with all of the ingredients. You have the soft sticky rice and then a little bit of crunch from the fried garlic. It reminds me of this Taiwanese street food called Tong Zai Mi Gao. The flavor is really similar, but the ingredients are completely different. It looks like a very tiny portion, but you get quite full after just a few bites because of the sticky rice. Day 3 in Vietnam, and after a short banh mi breakfast, we are heading to Halong Bay. This is definitely in the top 3 places I've always wanted to visit. We selected the Route 2 tour, which is the most popular one. Even though it's cloudy today, the scenery is still out of this world. The first activity on this tour is kayaking. Weirdly, the guide told us to bring our bags. I thought there would be a place to store it, but no. I was forced to carry all my camera gear with me on the kayak.
There's no cover at all on this little boat.
There's nowhere to put our bags, so
Yeah.
It's very annoying. It feels like we're losing balance every second. But after we got used to it, the short kayak trip was still quite enjoyable.
Jeffrey is working hard. I'm just
yeah.
chilling.
Why is
here.
Rika not paddling?
I'm just relaxing.
I'd say kayaking with my heavy bag was just a minor inconvenience. But now I have to interrupt the video to tell you why the next part was a disaster. It was a public holiday in Vietnam, so the place was absolutely packed. And because there were so many ships that day, all the ships had to fight for a place at the dock. They were crashing and bumping each other, trying to squeeze their way to the dock. When entering the caves, there was like a blockade of hundreds of people waiting in line. And there was no management at all, so it was complete chaos. And inside the cave, we got to a room where you can fit probably 100 to 200 people. But the only way in and out is an uphill climb that funnels 100 people to one person. The entire place was at a standstill and nobody could move. It was annoying and probably dangerous. To be fair, the layout of the cave is not anyone's fault. That's how it's naturally formed. After we got past the funnel, the cave was still really pretty. But if they scheduled it so that not all the ships had to dock there at the same time, or if we had the option to just skip the site, this trip could have been a lot smoother. Okay, back to the day trip, because at least after that, it was sunset and the trip got better. Because of all the chaos today, honestly, I was ready to say that this is one of the worst trips I've ever been on. But you know what? Watching the sunset on Halong Bay, I think everything is still worth it. Good morning, everyone. This is our last morning and last day in northern Vietnam and Hanoi. Today, we're gonna go to Danang and relax on the beach. But before we go, I just wanna reflect on Halong Bay for a sec. To be honest, yesterday was a day of mixed feelings. I mean, it's okay if it's crowded. That's understandable during any public holiday. But if the scheduling was better and there's more organization, this trip would have been a million times better. But to end on a happy note, I still highly recommend going to Halong Bay. The views are worth it on its own. But yeah, don't go on a public holiday. That was a terrible decision. Anyways, it's 8 a.m. and now we're gonna go have some breakfast before we head to the airport. We wanted to try the breakfast at the side of the road, but in the end we came to this pho shop to have some chicken pho. This is a lot lighter than the beef pho, a lot more refreshing and better for breakfast. And the chicken breast meat here is so tender, when usually chicken breast is dry and boring. Well, this sums up our short few days in Hanoi and northern Vietnam. To be honest, before coming here, I was a little worried because people say that the roads are dangerous due to all the motorbikes, and that Hanoi is just a chaotic capital city. But that is far from the truth. Yes, the streets are busy, but everyone is on the same wavelength, living this high-energy lifestyle. But at the same time, it's easy to slow things down. The tight streets in the old quarter are charming and very aesthetic. You can sit and enjoy a cup of coffee and immediately all the commotion gets shut out. And of course, this city has some of the best street food in the entire world. Next time, I'm definitely staying longer. Now we're gonna go to the airport and head to our next stop in Vietnam, Da Nang. JH Medium here, and see you guys next time.